Hey guys, Juraj from Driftmoon here. I'm sitting here on the Luminosity 2014. I was looking really forward to this. I'm actually doing an interview with Victor from Kids on Media, and I'm sitting here with Kim, my lovely vocalist. Hello.
Hello everyone, nice to see you guys.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Kim, and I'm working with Driftmoon since, 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
it's absolutely awesome working with you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So you're right. First of all, we met here and did an interview a year ago, right?
Yeah.
It's changed. A lot of things have changed since then. You didn't play last year, but now you're playing, right?
No, I didn't play last year. I was here as a guest. I wasn't even supposed to go to the backstage, but Sankacher took me there to meet the people. I didn't know half of the people who played here last year, and this year I know almost everyone. I met crazy amount of people in the last year, and everything changed. Everything took a completely different approach, so it's completely different.
What do you think the biggest steps towards this has been?
You mean towards my gig on the Luminosity?
No, towards the evolution of you. I mean, the music that you made the last year.
I think the Driftmoon itself, the project, yeah, it just made me be a better producer and to produce better stuff and more quality stuff and do exactly what I always wanted to do, to create my own kind of music.
What would you say is your winning concept has been last year?
Winning concept? We don't actually have a winning concept, to be honest, because we try to make every track different, but we try to keep our, I don't want to call it a genre, but our way of doing things, the way of using, for example, the reverb and then other techniques. We try to create as many tracks as possible, but to make sure that they are all high quality and not go down with the quality. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much it.
How has your view changed on the scene itself compared to last year?
Completely. It's more business now. I still try to enjoy it. I always try to enjoy it as much as I can. But you have to kind of change the approach if you want to be successful, because it's work for me. I make my living by making music, and I have to be very professional towards it.
Last time we met, you just signed Exodus with Andy Blumen to Armada, right?
Yes.
How has that relation evolved with Armada?
It's much better now, actually. I visited their office. I think it was in February. They have a beautiful office in Amsterdam. I've met all the people. They introduced themselves to me, who they are, who they do at Armada. I met the AR managers, the PR. I met all the other guys, and they are like a big business family. They know what to do, how to produce, or how to produce the product, how to sell it to the crowd, and they are making an amazing job, to be honest.
You've been getting some amazing State of Trance support on your Driftmoon tracks. Like, I think every track, right?
Every track, yeah.
I mean, how do you look upon that?
It's actually quite funny, because when me and Miikka, the other half of Driftmoon, talk about, and we have a track in promotion, and we've been talking about, like, Juraj, do you think it's good enough to ASOT? I was like, dude, I don't know, we will see. And every Thursday when Armin plays, I was like, I told you that it will be there. We always try to not anticipate if it will get support, because if you try to make a track to be successful, it usually won't be. Not just do your own thing, and people will like you for that.
How do you guys work together in the studio? Because he's in Finland, right?
He's in Finland, yeah. Jyväskylä, if I pronounce it correctly, but yeah, he's in Finland. I was visiting him in Finland earlier this year. We have a very similar way of doing things. We both use Ableton Live, and the thing is that we usually switch projects. Either I start on something and I send it to him, or he starts on something and he sent it to me. It's a very good thing, because most of the producers don't realize it saves loads of time. I was traveling last weekend in Poland. I was away whole weekend. I got back, he sent me a new project. I finished it on Monday morning. On Monday we signed it already. So that's 30 days, and the track is done and signed and mastered, actually, really. Yeah. Everything was done quickly.
Because you work really fast, right?
I do, yeah.
Like, he works extremely fast.
Extremely fast. Everyone knows already, yeah.
How do you work that fast? Do you have a track in mind when you start?
Actually, I hate to start on something. I'm always talking to myself like, I don't really want to work on it today. I don't feel it. But I force myself always to sit behind the computer. I was like, okay, I need to do this now. And then it just, boom, it goes. I don't pay attention to anything else, and I don't stop producing until the track is done. And usually when I start in the morning, at the night, I have a presentable version. I usually sleep on it to hear it with fresh ears, and then I'm done. But yeah, Kim, Miikka, and Geert Huinink, they are the first people to hear anything new. You know, because I value their opinion a lot. Kim is an amazing singer, Geert is a composer, Miikka is a producer. There is a perfect trio of people who can actually tell you if something's wrong with your music. You know, you have a singer, you have a composer, and a producer. And if they all three say, yeah, it's okay, then I know, okay, yeah, it's okay. It's gonna be okay, yeah.
How do you like the X-rated project files names you get from Miikka?
He told you about it, didn't he? Yeah, he knows how to surprise me when I open the project. I don't want to say out loud how he names the different channels, but he usually finds the really weird innuendos. So I'm working on something, I was like, what is playing in the background? So I check the project and I see the title, I was like, Miikka. I'll tell you about it later. I can't say it out loud, I can't.
Are there any...
Miikka, if you're watching this, I know you're laughing your ass off right now in Finland.
Are there any plans on bringing Kim to his studio as well and working?
Yeah. I met Kim through Geert. Yeah, because she was working with Geert prior before she started working, and it was an amazing production. You know, we made the theme, we made the project, and we all worked really quickly. You know, when I sent something to Kim if she could sing, usually I have vocals that day, which is impossible with any other singers because I know they have other type of life. You know, they have full-time jobs, they attend to other producers as well. But with Kim, when I ask her to do something, I know it will be done and it will be top quality.
You work fast too, then.
I try to, but I cannot keep up with him, to be honest. He keeps sending themes, and I'm like, you know, I have a few days and I want to have top quality, so, yeah.
Where do you have your singing background? Because you're pretty new to the trance scene. You've been working with Trance for like about 3 months, right?
Yeah, well, 4 or 5 months, yeah. Before that, I worked with, it's like light classical music and theaters, and I had...
Jazz music.
Yeah. I had jazz music in the beginning of my music career, but now it started really off with the trance scene. I love it. It's absolutely amazing.
What's the difference in singing in a trance track compared to what you've done before?
Well, I used to sing with only the piano, and now I need to find a balance between all the orchestras and all the trance and synths. It's amazing, but
I'm sorry.
It's difficult to put my voice there, and it still comes through. So, and the energy, there's so much energy in this kind of music. So.
What is it like to work with Kim in the studio?
Yeah, what is it like?
We've never actually worked in a studio.
No.
Okay, what is it like to work with the vocals then?
I don't really have to work on them at all. She sends me and I put them in the track. She uses her own You know, guys, if you're watching these producers, it's actually amazing because she doesn't need any auto-tune, any autocorrect pitch. She sends it either dry or wet version as well. So I seriously just put it in a track and I'm done. I don't have to do nothing with it.
No, I'm gonna do it. He's not allowed to touch my voice. I don't want him to cut anything. I'll do the crossfades. I'm gonna do everything. You're just gonna give it and.
So let's flip it around. What is it like to work with Juraj then?
Yeah, lovely. It's cool.
That's a very diplomatic answer. Lovely.
How have you experienced the trance family support for the scene since you're pretty new to it?
It's amazing, actually. It's a real family. You can see that. Every party you go there, you see the same people, and it's just amazing how they hug you and like, hey, recognize you. I didn't know that about trance.
So I know right now you're working hard on your upcoming artist album as well, right?
Yes, I am, with Geert Huinink and Juraj. Did I pronounce it good?
Yes, actually, I could.
Yes, I did.
You need to learn me too.
First time ever, by the way, for the interview. So yes. She has been definitely practicing every night how to say his name.
Thank you. So we're working on it for every week, actually, and it will come out, I think, next year.
How's it going?
It's going really good, really good. It's different than the trance music, but still with a lot of uplifting orchestra. Right?
It's really contemporary, to be honest. Yeah, it's really hard to define what genre it is because it's a mixture of orchestral, classical, pop influences as well. But Geert is making all the themes. By the way, I'm the one doing the mix downs and corrections. And the thing is that it will be. I don't know how to compare it with anyone because nothing like this. It's very new, The themes remind me of early Birdie, really. Poetic lyrics, poetic themes, something like that, but it's nothing. I don't really have to compare it with anything because nothing like this is out there. Geert is doing an amazing job and she's doing a terrific job on the vocals, to be honest.
I'm looking forward to hearing something or when it comes out to see what it looks like. What is it like to work on something different? But you used to work on different kind of projects, right?
I still do, yeah. You know, as a producer, as a composer, you should always try to push your limits. When you stick to one genre, you will eventually bore yourself to death, you know, because you know how to make everything. You use the same approach. You know, for example, with many of the trance guys who are trying to make a big thing out of trance, you know, they use the same technique, how to make kick, how to make bass. They will never move anything, you know, you have to experiment and use new plugins, use new techniques. Very good thing is to collaborate with other people, because every single producer knows something you don't. You know, it's like in life, every single person on this planet knows something you don't. So when you're working with other people, I've met with the Horizon Flame now in Poland, he showed me a new technique, how to make leads, I was wow, really surprised. Educate yourself as a producer, because that's very important. You know, we have such a huge number of people trying to make music, so you should make the effort and take the effort to actually try to do something which hasn't been done yet, and which is
learn from each other too.
Learn from each other, definitely. You know, most of the people are quite arrogant when it comes to making music. Like, I will not tell you anything. When people ask me how did you make it, I say immediately, I don't care. Like, you know, it's not a big deal for me. You know, anyone can make music, I think, personally, because we all have the emotions inside. You know, you just have to find a way to let it out. You know, I'm not classically trained or anything like it, but you know, I love making music because that's the only way for me to ventilate my emotions. You know, I can relax when I'm making music because I know that I'm letting something out, you know, to the world. And so far, it works pretty well.
It does. So we had a chat on Skype a couple of days ago, like before this, and I asked you what you were up to, and you told me that you were ghost producing. I thought you were kidding, but you were ghost producing.
I wish. Ghost producing, yes. Ghost producing really by the title itself reminds you of something negative, you know, that you're doing something someone else is supposed to do, but it's not really like it. It's a brilliant way for a producer to push the limits. You know, I make, I don't want to say a lot of stuff, but I make quite a few of stuff for other people. And it's not only trance, you know, it's EDM, it's dubstep, it's drum and bass, it's chill-out orchestra music as well. And you find out a lot of new techniques how to make stuff, you know. I had no idea how to make drum and bass bass, how to say it like this, when I started making it. But you learn, you know, you watch tutorials, you read books, you learn. And then you implement the techniques you learned to your own stuff. And by making stuff for someone else, you're making your own stuff better. You know, because other people are pushing you, you know, this is not the way I want it, can you do it like this? I go, yeah, of course, so I will do it. Not the way I would have done it. And in the end, it works out. So I know, yeah, so he was right. You know, other people, even despite they maybe are not the producers, but they listen to music, they have different set of ears, they have different set of standards. You know, so they will tell you, this is not what I want it to sound, can you make it sound different? Yes, of course I am. You know, as a producer, you can make it sound like anything you want in the world. You know, you can change a sample, you can change a plugin, you can change a preset, you can make a new bass if you want to. It takes time, yeah, but I think that in the end, it's worth it. Definitely worth the skills and definitely worth the experience. That, you know, most of the people look at it like it's not a good thing that you're making stuff for someone else who is not really a DJ, who is not really a producer. I don't have this opinion at all, you know. If you produce a quality music, it's always good to produce quality music, no matter what's the title, what's the name. You know, you don't know, people don't care about names, people care about the music in the end, you know. I love so much music which I don't even know how it's called, you know. I have it in my iTunes library, and when I hear it, I'm like, yes, I know what it is. I don't really care about who made it, I care about how it sounds.
What's your, when we're talking about the scene right now and other producers, what's your view on the current stage of the trance scene right now?
It's getting better. I think it's... Don't chill out. Don't chill out.
Better because I'm here, right?
Yeah, that's true, by the way, yeah. A lot of new fresh names, a lot of, I don't want to say older producers, but the more advanced producers are trying to make something new. You know, I don't really talk about the EDM kind of stuff, but you can hear other big names producing style they've never done before, and it's working out really well. You know, you should experiment. You know, make music. That's what making music is all about. Just let it all out.
How do you see the evolution of Driftmoon, of the sound of Driftmoon right now?
Well, to be honest, it's still evolving. We haven't really found our sound yet, because every single track we make is different, and I was like, yeah, Miikka, this is again different, so are you sure we want to do this? Yeah, just do it. Just finish it. Miikka really, I don't want to say, he's extremely talented. You know, people ask me all the time, what does he do with Driftmoon? You're the one who's playing, you're the one who's DJing. Yes, because this is the way we want it, you know. He told me that he doesn't want to go, he doesn't want to travel, he wants to stay at home, he wants to make music, you know. He's older, he has got different type of life. The thing is that I love working with him. Seriously, there is nothing, single bad thing I can tell about him. And nothing like, no innuendos or nothing like that. I know that he loves that, but no.
So, just one last question. This is for the both of you. I mean, what does trance mean to you? I'll start with Kim.
The emotion and put it in harmonic ways. and just share it with everyone. I think music is the international language, and this way we can really connect with each other. That's trance for me. So, yeah.
And
What about you?
the best place to see it, I will just continue what she said, is to here at Luminosity. You have people from I don't know how many countries sharing the passion for the music, and that's what trance is all about. It's not about saying only one style of trance is the right one. I don't really support, the whole pure trance, Team 140 or EDM kind of stuff. Just make music, That's all what trance is to me, Trance is a music with emotion, which is supposed to connect people, and it still does it, People just have to think out of the box. If you want to focus only, there are so many fans who always tell me or I can see it on Facebook. A lot of hate when producer tries to do something new. Oh, you should stick to the old sound. I was like, no, I don't really want to stick with the old sound. I want to evolve. I want to make something new, and either you appreciate it or you don't. I cannot really make my music just on a recommendation of one guy, one particular guy who tells me really strict what is right and what is wrong. I don't know what is right and what is wrong. I just do what I love. I make music, and I don't. With Miikka we make house, we make trance, progressive, orchestra music. Everything is there, And we don't really call it trance. We just make music, When we were writing the biography, he was like, I told to Miikka, we are not really a trance duo. We just make music. So it just says a couple of producers, And that's the way it's supposed to be, if you ask me.
Let's say we meet in about a year again, maybe here or somewhere else. Where are you at that point?
I have no idea. That's a very good question, and I have no idea what will happen in a year. Everything changed completely in the last 12 months, so I really don't want to anticipate or project what will happen in the next 12. I don't know. And honestly, I don't want to know. I want to be surprised.
I'll see you in a year, if not before.
Hopefully, definitely before, but hopefully here.
So you're right, you just walked off stage from your set.
Yes. Yeah.
What was it like?
It was absolutely amazing. I don't really have words to describe the music and the crowd. It was really once in a lifetime experience, to be honest. It was absolutely amazing.
What do you feel right afterwards? Do you feel empty, or do you feel pumped, or how do you feel?
Well, that depends what are you asking about. I think I sweated like 7 liters of water on stage, but I feel absolutely good, to be honest. I really enjoyed the set. The crowd was amazing, as I said, and I'm just still trying to get my head around it, because I really enjoyed it. It was even better than I hoped it could be, in the best possible option.
What's the first thing? Now I caught you. You just walked out from the stage. What's the first thing that you do after your set right now?
Well, now I think about that I need to make more music to have more gigs. That's on my mind right now, to be honest. Not really. I'm going to enjoy the crowd. I'm going to talk to people, because every time I finish playing, I like to mingle around, talk to people how they enjoyed it, how did they like the new tracks. I really like to get feedback from the people, because I make the music for them, so it's very important for me what do they actually think about it.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.